Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the first Student of the Month for the 2018-19 school year. My name is Grant Bennett, and you probably notice I'm not Sally Meyer, a little bit older and balder than she is, so I'm here as your guest host this morning. I get to pinch hit for her. Before we start, I'd like to ask Cameron Stevens from School Venture Club to come up and lead us in prayer, and Councilman John Denver from the City of Menifee to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If everybody could please rise, please.
Good morning, everybody. Would you pray with me? Heavenly Father, we come before you this morning and are so grateful for this day. We're grateful for this opportunity to be here to celebrate these students who already in their short year have accomplished so much, to be recognized by their schools and their community for their accomplishments, and we thank you for the gifts and talents that you have blessed them with. Father, we thank you for our communities. We thank you for our cities. We thank you for our leadership and our schools. We thank you for our families. And Lord, I pray that you would just bless each and every family represented here. May you continue to go before them, and may we always set our eyes upon you in all that we do. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please join me in saluting our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Well, what a great way to start off a Wednesday morning, getting to honor some of the great students that are here in the Perris Union High School District and our charter school CMI. The Student of the Month program was founded in 1998. This is the 20th year of Student of the Month. Back then, when it started here in Perris, I was one of the first teachers here to present back then when I was teaching at Perris High School. So I've got to see this program really grow and become such an awesome program for our students, and to be able to recognize kids in our valley. I want to give you a little mission and history of the Student of the Month program. The Student of the Month program is a local high school recognition program supported by the community to acknowledge and honor college, vocational, and trade school-bound senior students for their character, their love of learning, commitment to academics, participation in athletics, school activities, community service, or the ability to persevere and overcome difficult circumstances in a setting that honors God, country, family, community, and free enterprise. This was a vision of Sally Meyer, who's the owner of the Sizzler here, way back when she started it in Temecula a long time ago when her kids were going to school there. And she's really taken the program to a higher level each year as it continue to grow. Before I get in, I'm going to introduce the principals and the students. They're not going to come up and do their presentations. I just want to recognize them to start with. From Perris High School, we have Naomi Zuniga and the principal, Juan Santos. Thank you. From the California Military Institute, Marilyn Madrid and Principal Nicholas Miloslavovich. I'm getting better at that each time. It used to be Principal Nick, and I'm getting better. From Heritage High School, Isabel Cervantes Diaz and Principal Frank Arce. And from Paloma Valley High School, student Isabel Casas and Principal Jennifer Tomasian. We'd always like to start off the program with our two chambers of commerce. They help oversee this program with us and are kind of the overarching umbrella sponsors for this, because it's a business-led program. So I'd like to introduce their representatives to come up and speak to you for a moment. From the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, George Mills and Tim Moore from the Perris Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to congratulate the students on just their hard work and all that they've done. It's so wonderful to see kids to succeed. I think back to my children and even into my grandchildren now, and the education process. And it's really important to continue to push yourself and to move forward even into after high school, and continuing on in continuing education, whether it be through trade schools or college, medical, whatever it is. So congratulations to all of you. On behalf of the Menifee Chamber, we salute you all.
Morning, everyone. My name is Tim Moore. I'm Secretary of the Chamber of Commerce for Perris. I'm also the past commander of the VFW here in Perris, and we both sponsor this program very much. I'd like to say congratulations to the students. You work hard. It's a lot of work to get to where you're at, and it never ends. You still got more to look at for the rest of the year. Those of you that do succeed, hope you come back to Perris and help this city grow like a lot of them have. There's been a lot of the students that's gone through this and have come back and supported the city. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the city that you grew up in and the country that you're in. We have to, hate to say it, but yesterday was a bad day for this country. But we got through it, and we'll always get through it, no matter what happens. Because that's what makes us strong, is the students that we bring up. And I want to congratulate you again. Have a good breakfast and a good day. Thank you.
I am going to show off the certificate that they honor you with. Each chamber, it's from each Chamber of Commerce, signed by the representative from the chamber there, so you'll get that in your goodie bag. None of this could happen without, it's a volunteer organization. It's not a paid organization by any of the people that help put this on. And we want to honor some of the volunteers that are here. The two chairs of the program are out of my office, Lori Ortel and Sarah Rico in the back there. Thank you, ladies, for what you do. They're not here today, but I do want to recognize them. Our scholarship chair is Jerry Selwell from Pacific Western Bank, and our accountant is Kim Garcia from KSG and Associates. So they help support the program also on a voluntary basis. And I'm the MC, so you get to hear from me today. Like I said, none of this could happen without the generous donations of our local community and sponsors for this program. You know, the nice breakfast that we get and a lot of the other things that we get to do for the kids all come from sponsors from our community. So I want to recognize the people that are here today that are helping sponsor. From Altura Credit Union, Karina Kokoletsi in the back there. Thank you, Karina. From Azusa Pacific University, Nacheli Rodriguez, right up front here. From the City of Menifee, Councilman John Denver. From the City of Perris, we have Nancy Salazar, City Clerk, and Judy Hani, over here on the left. From County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, Amber Smalley in the back. Thank you, Amber. One of our longtime sponsors from International Auto Crafters, Annie Petrelli. Thank you, Annie. From Mount San Isidro Community College, Leticia Munoz in the back there. Thank you, Leticia. From Paradise Chevrolet Temecula, Craig McKenzie. Where's Craig at? Oh, wait, in the very back. Thank you, Craig. We have a whole slew of people from the Perris Union High School District here. We have, I announced them earlier, Lori Ortel and Sarah Rico in the back, but we have Deputy Superintendent Candace Rains, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Charles Newman, Executive Director of Technology Joe Williams, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources Kirk Skorpanich, where'd Kirk go? There he is, and our Assistant Principal from Heritage High School, Erica Tejeda. Those are all help sponsor this also. Thank you. Thank you all. I'm not sure if she came in, but I'm going to announce anyways. Riverside County Office of Education representing Dr. Judy White, Clarissa Fernandez. Did Clarissa make it? Oh, you did make it. Good. Thank you for being here, Clarissa. We have two representatives from the Rotary Club of Perris. We have our President, David Pyle, and our past President, Mike Behrens. Thank you both for being here this morning. So those are all there's others that aren't here today I didn't announce, but those are breakfast and meal sponsors for this event. At the end of the year, we have what's called a Student of the Year program. And we give scholarships to kids, and it's a competitive scholarship. The only people eligible to apply for it are the people that have been student of the month before. So there's only 8 or 9 people that you're competing against for the scholarships. But this year, as of right now, they're going to be $2,800 a piece. And we have some sponsors for those programs, for that program also. And some of these are repeats, so it's great to have the extra support from these people. From International Auto Crafters, Annie Petrelli, again, thank you, Annie, for sponsoring the Student of the Year. John and Linda Denver helped sponsor that program also. Thank you, John and Linda, for that. From Les Schwab Tire Center here in Paris, Brady LeBlanc. Thank you, Brady. Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, and that's Greg. And we also have another representative here. I want to make sure I recognize that. I'm going to have to find the right page. Noel, where is it? Now I look silly. Noel Cahudo in the back. Thank you, Noel, for being here. Sorry about that. I'll get it better next time, Noel. From Mount Sinai Community College, Leticia Munoz, again, thank you for the support, Leticia. And again, from Paradise Chevrolet Temecula, Craig McKenzie, thank you for supporting the Student of the Year. And then we have a group, it's called the Parish Union Management Association, with short term is PUMA, which is all the school district administrators, and we have one goal is that raise money to give scholarships to kids. And the PUMA, we run one golf tournament, and we're the largest supporter of the Student of the Year program. And our president is Erica Tejeda from Heritage High School. Thank you, Erica. And then if you're selected Student of the Year, there's more gifts that go along with that. You have a gift bag up here now, but there'll be another one for you then. But there's some other special ones. Costco over in Lake Elsinore has a nice gift for you, and CR&R here in Paris also has a very nice gift for you. They're not here this morning, but I wanted to recognize them. We also really appreciate the support of our local elected officials for this program. They always send representatives here to support our students and have certificates and a nice word of support for our students. So we're going to go into the presentation of the certificates now. So I'm going to call you in this order, so this is how you're going to come up and line up. So we'll see if you can follow direction as well as our students do. First up from the City of Perris, Nancy Salazar. Next up from the City of Menifee would be Councilman John Denver. From Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez's office, Alicia Pauk. From Assemblyman Jose Medina's office, Cesar Gomez. I'm not sure, I didn't see her come in, but maybe she showed up. From Senator Mike Morell's office, Heather Perry. From Senator Richard Roth's office, Karina Tamayo. From County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, Amber Smalley. From the Riverside County Office of Education, Clarissa Fernandez. And then you have to hear from me again. So I'll turn it over to Nancy. It's all yours. Oops, fumbled.
Good morning. My name is Nancy Salazar, and I am the City Clerk for the City of Perris. On behalf of the Mayor, City Council, and the entire City of Perris, we would like to extend our sincerest congratulations to you and your families for your outstanding accomplishments, and present you with a certificate of achievement signed by our Mayor and myself. Congratulations.
My name is John Denver. How many of you know who John Denver was? Everybody who's over 40 just raised their hand. So John Denver was a rock star. He was Lady Gaga 40 years ago. And so I got that name, and I opened a real estate company in Paris. And now I'm on the city council in Menifee, getting older and older too. Guys, kids, when you graduate from college, and you should graduate from college, come back to Menifee and open a business. Come back to Perris if you must, it's okay. And we're going to give you a certificate today and a bag of goodies, some really good stuff. Come back to Menifee, we'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Alicia Polk from Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez's office, and I won't take too much of your time. But I just want to say congratulations to all the students. I know this was, even though school just started, I know you've been working hard all through your whole life. You've overcome many challenges. So on behalf of Assemblywoman Melendez, just like to say thank you. Congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cesar Gomez, and I'm here on behalf of California State Assembly Member Jose Medina. And just on behalf of the Assembly member, it is my pleasure to congratulate you on being this year's first Student of the Month. We wish you the best for future success. Congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me today. I'm here on behalf of Senator Richard Roth's office, and it's my honor to be able to congratulate all of the Student of the Month recipients for this month of September. Congratulations to both you and your families for overcoming all the challenges to be here today, and we wish you the best of luck in school and also in accomplishing all of your dreams. Congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Riverside County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, we would like to congratulate you all on receiving the Student of the Month Award. We would like to encourage you to start this year off strong, and we wish you the best of success. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Clarissa Fernandez. I'm here for Dr. White, Superintendent of Schools for Riverside County. And on behalf of her, we would like to congratulate each and every one of you and keep up the good work for the rest of senior year. And if you decide to go to college, go look on college apps.
When I heard John Denver, the councilman, talking about relating Lady Gaga to John Denver, the singer, I'm still confused on that one. Maybe Michael Bolton, but not Lady Gaga. I get to do the fun things up here. So the students, you hear all those, all the elected officials come up and said nice things about you're going to get a really nice gift bag with lots of stuff in there, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But the really fun thing you get to do is you're going to get a whole big stack of thank you cards. So for all the sponsors that help pay for this, for all the dignitaries that showed up, to all the gift sponsors that have things in your bag, you're going to get to handwrite, not use your Chromebook and then print it out and paste it inside the card. You handwrite a note to these people, and you're probably going, how am I going to know who they all are? We have a 3-page list of all the addresses and names of the people that have helped donate. Thank you. So you're going to get that as part of your gift bag also. I know that's a gift that keeps on giving. So you probably see this really cool bag up here. There's a whole bunch of bags up here, and there's a lot of neat things in there. And we had some of our sponsors donate things for that. In there you'll get a spiral notebook from Altura Credit Union. You get a swag bag from the city of Menifee, a backpack and a swag bag from the city of Perris. And these are the people that are here. International Auto Crafters has a swag bag, a plaque, and candy in there. New Life Fellowship Pastor Ted Norton has a Bible in there for you. Perris Valley Chamber of Commerce has a swag bag and a certificate. Perris VFW Post 888 has a certificate. Reflections Christian Fellowship Pastor Don Meinberg has a Bible promise book in there. All comprehensive high schools, you get a prom ticket. So that's a really cool thing for you. You have to buy the other one though if you're taking somebody, unless you pick somebody that's Student of the Month, and then you both can go for free. CMI, you're going to get a yearbook. Sizzler Restaurants has gift certificates to come back and eat again. From the Perris Union High School District, you're going to have to send these cards out, and you're probably going to think that's going to cost a lot of money to mail those, right? If you turn them into your principal, we pay for the postage for that, so it's not going to cost you anything to send out those cards, just the time to fill them out. You're also going to get movie tickets, and you see the cameras around here right now. It's being recorded by our students from Paloma Valley. You're going to get, after they get a chance to edit it and put it together, cut out all my bloopers and stuff like that, they'll make a DVD and then we'll get that out to you also, so you can brag to your other brothers and sisters and show your grandparents that couldn't make it today what it's all about. So you're probably all thinking now, we've heard enough of this guy up here talking, babbling for a while. It's time to hear from our kids, and this is the best part of the program. You get to hear stories of students who have overcome obstacles, kids that have excelled, kids that are doing great things in the community service-wise, athletics, just being what we call great students in the Perris Union High School District. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to introduce the principal and the student and their collaborating teacher to come up and talk about the kid. The principal gets to go first. He or she has to be really short on what they're. Well, Frank already meets that category. He did it to himself, though. He raised his hand when I said that. I mean, speak a short period of time. Now I'm getting heckled. Then the teacher is going to get a chance to speak about the student, and then the student will speak also, and they get as much time as they want. Then we have one of the representatives, a parent or grandma or sister-in-law, whoever wants to speak about the student, also get a chance to talk. So we're going to get that started, but we want the students to answer one heartfelt question, and there's 4 questions that you can pick from. Hopefully you've seen them before. The first one is, what do you believe is your greatest contribution to your community, school, or family? The second one is, what do you think is the most significant life lessons that you will take with you to college? The third one is, how do you plan on giving back to our community or paying it forward? And the final one is, share a personal story that demonstrates an obstacle that you overcome. So at this time, I'm going to start out with Perris High School, Principal Juan Santos and student Naomi Zuniga.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the first Student of the Month. Oh, because over here, around over here. This. Welcome to the first Student of the Month ceremony for the 2018-19 school year. I'd like to thank all the sponsors and everybody that's here for being able to celebrate our students at each of our schools. It's always nice as a principal to be able to come and celebrate our best and brightest. And with me today, I have Noemi Zuniga, who is one of our seniors at Perris High School. Little short story, and I know I have to keep it brief. When I sent out the nominations for Students of the Month, Noemi was overwhelmingly the favorite by all of our staff. Not a single vote against any other student. About 20 teachers ended up selecting her as the Student of the Month. And as a matter of fact, actually, she was the only junior last year that was nominated for the Student of the Month, but the teacher didn't know that it had to be seniors. So they were eager to be able to nominate her and being able to get her this award. Some of the things about Noemi is she currently has a 3.95 grade point average. She's number 12 in the class of 495 seniors at our school. In speaking to her, I can tell you I have never met a most pleasant student in high school. In getting to know her a little bit and talking to her about this award, I learned that she has moved 14 times. She's lived in Riverside, Perris, Beaumont, Mexico, and she's been in a lot of places, but she came back to Perris again. To settle in Perris. Some of her dreams are to become, to study, she wants to become a doctor, and she wants to become a neurologist, and she has high hopes for herself. She is interested in applying to Harvard, Yale, UC San Diego. Those are the top 3 schools, and based on what I've seen so far and getting to know her, and the magnificent things that you're going to hear from her teachers, there's no doubt that she's going to be able to attend one of those 3 schools. So I'm very excited of what's to come from me this upcoming year, as she fills out her applications and does her FAFSA and does all those things, and she gets ready to her next phase. So with that, I'd like to introduce to you Noemi Zuniga.
Hello everybody, good morning. I am Noemi Zuniga. I'm going to tell you a personal obstacle that I've overcome. I'm going to answer that question. So when I was 11 years old, my family decided the spontaneous decision just to move to Mexico. My mom has been a nurse for over 25 years, and she used to work the night shift. So every day, every year that would pass by, she would get tired and tired. So like practically by those last years, she would like be there but not be there at the same time. So she was like a zombie. She was just there to support us. I admire my mom. She couldn't make it today. She's working as always, giving her best effort for her family. So my dad told her, why don't we move to Mexico? And without a doubt, she just said yes. My brothers and I, we turned around like, what? So we couldn't believe it. It was spontaneous. So they took me out of the middle of 5th grade. I went to Mexico. I didn't know any Spanish at all. It was very difficult, but I didn't like not to know what they were saying. So in the matter of 3 months, I was able to speak Spanish fluently and understand it. I was so determined to know what they were saying, to know the academic and cultural change. So that was one of the opportunities I took advantage of. And I will never regret it. I was over there 5 years. I came back last year, my junior year. And fortunately, I did not lose my fluent speaking in English. And so that made me very happy. And another thing about myself, I always love helping others. Like, I put others in front of myself because I know how much help I needed one time in my life. So I would always love to help everybody else and help them succeed because I know how hard it is to feel alone. And I know how hard it is to do things on your own. You can't do it. You have to go through life with somebody next to you. And I'm so fortunate to have a great family. They support me in everything. My brothers, my sisters-in-laws, my nieces, my mom and my dad especially. They've been there for me forever. And I want to pay them back in the future. That's why I want to be a doctor, if I can help others. And prove to everybody that didn't believe in me that I could do it. That it just takes faith and it takes a strong mind to be able to accomplish your goals. So that'll be it. Thank you so much. I present to you my 3 supporters today. It is Mr. Romero, Dr. Gartel, and my sister-in-law, Litza. I chose them because these 2 teachers, this year, I could say I fell in love with their personalities, their characters. They're amazing people. They've taught me so much. They've supported me. And I can't figure out a way to appreciate these people next to me. So here's Mr. Romero, who's going to speak first. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Boy, 14 years. I've seen a lot of amazing, talented, beautiful students come through Perris, and it's truly been my pleasure. But I will tell you, I was one of those teachers last year that tried to nominate her with Mr. Driscoll at Perris High. And we go, oh, shoot, she's not a senior. Oh, we forgot. And so when they came around, I was like, oh, I'm the first one. I have to nominate Noemi. As you can tell, our family had a very difficult year last year. And in life, I've learned there's no mistakes. And she was put into my Plato credit recovery class, first period. She didn't belong. And we were like, oh, you shouldn't be in here. And we tried everything to get her out, Miss Woodard and I. Nothing. She was stuck. So it was, okay, let it be. And later I realized it was not a mistake. And so when I was diagnosed with cancer, I got to see this beautiful spirit every day. And I cannot tell you, just hugs and love, and as well as with the rest of my campus. Total from the whole community, from Mr. Behrens, from Interact, just phenomenal people, as well as Mr. Santos. But she became the symbol of that campus and that support. And so, anyways, if you get to know her, even the students that don't know her, one time she came in to drop something off at lunch, and one of my other students saw her and she goes, I don't know who she is. She goes, I see her on campus. And she goes, she never has a bad day. And for a lot of my students that struggle with depression, she goes, wow. And she told me, she said, she goes, some days, she goes, I struggle. She goes, but when I see that kid, she goes, man, she gives me hope. This is people who don't even know her. This is Noemi. So anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm a math person, and you know, math people don't talk too much. But it's amazing. You know, most students hate math, right? When it comes to math, they come to you just like, oh my God, again, algebra. So when Noemi came to my class last year, it was amazing. It's a sunshine class. She came, she smiled, and the main part is she would involve everybody. She would come and just like, okay guys, come on, try. Let's go, let's do it on the board. And my 7th period, you know 7th period, kids sleep in a class 7 period. It's like that's the end of the day. And if you have math for 7 period and it's algebra 2, their brain is not working. So, and Naomi would come and just like, okay guys, come on, let's try. And there was like the whole group of, and I look at them just like, okay, where guys you get this energy? It's from her. This energy comes from her. Now she's in my calculus AB class. She skipped pre-calculus. I did recommend her to do it because she's so bright. She's amazing, and she works so hard day and night. I don't know where she gets time, honestly. So it feels like she has 48 hours a day. So because she does everything. She involves in all the after-school programs. And ask her, every class she succeeds. She has A's everywhere. And I don't know why she's still 12 student in a row, because I think because she just came back from Mexico, that's the reason why. Otherwise she would be the first one, I guarantee. So in the same in calculus class now, she comes and I have 42 students, and she comes and her smile makes this light in the class, and everybody get up and everybody tries, and they just like, I have 5 boards and I see my kids trying everywhere, just like, oh my God, what's going on? That's energy that she has. This is absolutely amazing student. So, and I'm so glad, and I'm so proud that I have this student in my class. And I'm proud to be here. Thank you, Naomi.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning. All I have to say is to Noemi that we're all proud of her, and every night I see her doing homework so late, and I know it pays off. So, thank you.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce the principal of California Military Institute with a student, Marilyn Madrid, Mr. Nicholas Miloslavljevic.
It's Milosavljevic, if you were wondering. But it's Milos for short. So someone I value very much has taught me to be brief, brilliant, and be seated. So in light of that, let me welcome you all here today to this amazing occasion. As a matter of fact, years ago when I arrived to the United States, when I was about 12 years old, it was precisely an event like this, organization like this, that helped me to be where I am today. Rotary was one of the organizations that supported my education, so I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Booker T. Washington, author, politician, advisor to the presidents back in 1890 to 1915, once said that success should be measured not by the position one has attained in life, but by the obstacles that you have overcome while striving to be successful. And I think that is very appropriate here as we present and celebrate these amazing students. Congratulations to you all. CMI has unanimously voted for Marilyn Madrid to be our student of the month, and we're so grateful that you're here with us today. Marilyn is very much interested in cybersecurity. She wants to study mathematics, and she wants to study engineering, and she's very much interested in attending UC Santa Barbara and UC San Diego are schools of her choice. And so again, we're just thrilled that she's here with us today, and I will turn the floor over to you.
My name is Marilyn Madrid. I go to the California Military Institute, and I want to double major in mathematics and computer engineering. I can't express how thankful I am for everyone to be here and for to nominate me. Thank you. And it's heartwarming that there's a program that encourages students like me to strive and to go for higher education, because education is very important to me. At times it's the only thing motivating me when I'm facing adversity. I'm very involved in school, I play 3 sports: volleyball, basketball, and track. I'm the vice president of our ASB. I love mathematics, so I'm the president of our first math club called the Math Mythbusters. And I'm a second lieutenant and the S3 for our 319th Battalion. I know I wouldn't have the opportunity to commit to as many extracurriculars as I do at any other school, so I'm very thankful for my school for letting me do that. And my involvement has given me so many skills that I'm going to take with me throughout my whole life. I learned to communicate with adults and my peers. So many leadership traits that I now possess thanks to the programs at my school. And, I gained the skills necessary to convince my counselor to add the AP Calculus BC class at our school. This school and this community have shaped me into the person I am today, and ultimately, my upbringing in this wonderful community will be the largest contribution to my success in the future. After I graduate from college, hopefully UC Santa Barbara's College of Creative Studies or UC San Diego, I want to come back and be involved in my community. I want to help students and families understand the importance of higher education. I plan to help them so they can be prepared for the stressful and confusing process of getting into college, and I take inspiration from people like everyone here today who want to make a difference in our community and encourage the young people who will shape our future. Thank you very much.
This is Mr. Efrain, our mathematics instructor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mr. Estrada. I was Marilyn's AP Calculus AB teacher last year. When she invited me to this event, I was actually flattered by it, and and then I think a few days ago, she informed me that I was going to be talking. I was like, okay, well, what am I supposed to say? And she basically said that all I needed to say was, I'm Mr. Estrada and I approve this message. Marilyn was a pleasure to have in class last year. She did bring those humorous moments to class, and I now have her for AP Calculus BC and as one of the students there. So I look forward to a lot of fun moments with her, and she is a very good student, and she deserved this award by far. So congratulations, Marilyn.
Thank you.
Mom and Dad, please.
Okay, thank you everybody for make possible this thing, but my English is not very good. Thank you everybody. Thank you, my dad.
I would like to invite to the stage Mr. Frank Arcef, Principal of Heritage High School, and Maria Isabela Cervantes Diaz. Please welcome.
Good morning. How's it going? So I stand before you today proud to present our September Student of the Month, Maria Isabel Cervantes Diaz. It's a mouthful, right? Isabel has accomplished the exemplary at Heritage High School. She has excellent grades, mostly A's. I think pretty much A's, actually. Her teachers that nominated her describe her as amazing and exceptional. She is someone that's very often seen supporting others. She's a mentor to students that are new to our school and new to our community. She's a leader on campus as she is actively involved in clubs and organizations. But what is most impressive is that in the recent high-stakes California testing, she placed at a level of proficient in both English and math. And all of this, after only 2 years of being in this country. We're proud to have Isabel at Heritage High School because we're happy to say that she represents the leadership, excellence, character, academics, all those things that we ask of students in showing their legacy at Heritage High School. Please join me in congratulating Maria Isabel Cervantes Diaz.
Good morning. My name is Maria Isabel. I am from Mexico and I feel very fortunate and happy to be here today. Almost 2.5 years ago, I began my new life here in the United States, a time when my family was forced to separate. My mother and siblings were here with me and my father living in Mexico. It is very difficult for me as a person to adapt a new environment. Change scares me. This change has been the most difficult to adapt to. I still remember my first day. I was scared for 2 reasons. The first one was the size of the school and not knowing anyone. The second one, which was and has been the hardest to adapt to, was learning a new language. It was so difficult to be in classroom where I was not able to understand the teachers. This was a daily challenge for me. I thank God for putting Miss Arndorf in my life. Ever since my first day, she has always been there for me to help me with my educational and personal growth. I also miss Miss Medrano, who has motivated me to become a better version of myself. For me, it was hard to obtain good grades because the language was something new to me. The first 6 months of school were the hardest. I stood twice hard because I would do my homework in Spanish, then had to translate it to English. Giving up has never been and will never be a choice for me. I always remind myself of everything I have sacrificed to be where I am today. My past motivates me to become better and go further. If someone would have told me that I would be here today, I would have not believed it. It is an honor for me to know that my sacrifices and struggles were worth and have brought me to where I am today. God willing, after high school, I plan to continue my education and attend a UC or Cal State and work hard to achieve my dream of becoming a successful individual. Thank you to everyone who worked hard for this recognition, especially to the sponsors that motivate and support the students. And thank you most of all to my parents and siblings who give me unconditional support every day. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm gonna hold back my tears because this young lady, she's amazing, and I've known her for 2 years, along with her sister. We were here last year recognizing her sister, so I can't even imagine what it feels like to be their mom. So this is like really personal. So I can't hold back my tears. Okay, so here we go. So my name's Natalia Orndorff. I'm ELD coordinator at Heritage High School and also a history teacher. And I gotta get through this. Okay, so it's a privilege to know Maria Isabel, and we all call her Isabel. And she's just a wonderful, wonderful girl. Her intelligence is just, it's impressive. I don't even know how she's accomplished everything she's accomplished in just 2 years. It's just really, and like Mr. Arce said, she passed the SBAC with a score of a 3, both the English and the math. I can't even imagine how she did it. Just after only being here 2 years, and last year as a junior, she hadn't even completed her 2 years at the high school level, and she's a 4.0 student, you guys. She's truly amazing. So I remember the first day I met her when she was a 10th grader. She was freaking out. She was on the verge of tears. I met Natalie, her sister, and Isabel, and then I took her to Ms. Medrano's class. This is Ms. Medrano. And little did she know the huge impact she was going to have in our school, just within our ELD program. She has, on her own, changed the lives of students. We had a student who did not want to come to school. The counselor had to go get the student and talk to the parents. Your student doesn't want to come to school. She single-handedly changed that student's life by befriending him. And that student started coming to our school because she befriended him. She made him feel like, hey, this is your school. You have friends. You have us. This young lady did that all on her own. So she has really changed lives at our school. She's had such a huge impact. And not just in the life of that student, but in the lives of so many students. Every time we have new students, I know that newcomers, or just any EL, I know that I can go to her and say, Isabel, we have a new friend, because that's what we call our students. We have a new friend, can you help me out? Ms. Orndorff, you know I'm here. She's always willing to give back to our community every single time. And then why did we nominate her? For the reasons I just said. She's academically strong. She always gives 100% every single time. All of myself, all her teachers, all of them, her math teacher, her science teacher, from her 10th grade year, her 11th grade year, and even now, we're just so impressed by how academically strong she is, by her intelligence. It's just her dedication, her passion for learning. It never stops. It keeps going in every class, her dedication. And we're so proud of her because she's a role model to every student and in every single class. And she's leaving a remarkable legacy, a heritage. She set the bar really high, not just for our ELD program, but for all students at Heritage. And she's truly an outstanding, remarkable example at her school. So we're so proud of her and her mom. I know she's just incredibly proud, and of her two daughters, her daughter who was here last year and now her daughter who's here today. So thank you, Isabel, for being our top EL and for being our student of the month. So thank you, guys.
Good morning, everyone. I am going to speak on behalf of Isabel's mother. Señora, voy a hablar por usted, aunque yo sé que usted sabe inglés, pero de todas maneras voy a hablar por usted. So, I had the privilege of being this young lady's teacher the first day that she entered my classroom. And there were numerous conversations about how difficult it is to come to this country at the age that she did. I too was an immigrant. I came from a third world communist country. And oftentimes my passion kind of comes through my teachings, but it comes from a very humble place. And so I still remember many of the conversations that we had in class about how dedicated we have to be. We have to be dedicated even 10 times more. Natalia already spoke about her challenges, her achievements. So because we are a district that depends so much, and actually it has set parent engagement and parent involvement as one of our goals, I want to say that her mother is an example of what parent engagement and parent involvement means. And so when parents do come together with the school, with the student, this is the end result. And we see it in her daughter, her older daughter, we see it in Isabel, we see it in their younger brother, Sergio, who is a product of the New View School District. We have the superintendent in the house. And so when parents do what this parent does for their children, you get no other result but this. And so I want to congratulate Mom, because many of us are parents in here, and we know how easily distracted a TV show could be. We know how easily distracted Facebook can be for many parents, unfortunately. We know how easily we can become distracted and focus on other things. But this parent, I think that's why you've even cut your hair. You used to have long hair, and we many times we put our children first because we need to. And so I want to congratulate Isabel's mother for putting her children first, before her needs. And ultimately, it's going to pay off, and it has. And so I want to congratulate the mother for providing us with beautiful children. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. I just can say thank you, everybody, the teacher, the principal, for all the support that they have been doing to my daughters. Thank you.
Isabel, we're very proud of you, and we love you. And now I'd like to introduce from Paloma Valley High School, principal, good friend of mine who will actually be a rival in a few weeks at the Menifee Bowl, Jennifer Tomasian.
They like to be in the camera shot.
together, okay? All right, good morning, everyone. Come on up, grandma, sister, boyfriend, come on. Okay, it is my pleasure to introduce Isabel Casas. She is an amazing young woman, and when we threw it out there for nominations for our first Student of the Month, she was hands down the favorite. Every teacher was chiming in, you have to get Isabel, it has to be Isabel. So then when I called her in and I said, I want to understand, help me understand. Like, I looked at her transcript, which is impressive. We have 704 seniors right now, and she is ranked number 3 with a cumulative GPA of 4.314, nothing less than an A ever in multiple AP and dual enrollment courses. And so I call her and I say, okay, help me, talk to me about you. And she talked about the passion for serving others in everything she does. She's a member of CSF, she's a member of NHS, she's on our Interact Club, she's served on the Menifee Youth Advisory Council with the city, and she just talked in everything she did about helping others. She's become a peer college counselor, which is a program that we're starting this year where kids are helping other kids get to college and figure out what they want to do after high school. When I asked, where does the passion for helping others come from? She took a deep breath and she said her parents, who sacrificed so much for her, and how she just doesn't want to let that sacrifice go to waste. And so it is my absolute pleasure to introduce Isabel, who is going to change the world someday.
Okay, I'm gonna cry, so let's just put it out there. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Isabel Casas, and I'm here with my parents, Elsa and Ricardo Casas, my sister Fabiola, and my grandma Rosa, and my college and career counselor Miss Elise, and my significant other Adiel Martinez. I stand here today not only to represent all of my successes and achievements, but a dream. After my parents married, my father told my mother he was going to raise his future children in America, no matter how hard the journey would be. He wanted them to learn English, to receive a better education, to live a better life. This forced my parents to leave the life they built and created in Jerez, Zacatecas, Mexico. I then started my academic career in preschool without knowing any English. I felt ashamed and embarrassed for not understanding my teachers and classmates, but most of all for speaking Spanish. It was when I realized I did not have anyone around to help me that I decided to take initiative in my own education. 12 years later, I have completed 8 AP classes, held above a 4.0, and achieved all A's throughout my high school career, as well as reached the highest levels of Spanish, English, and mathematics available at Paloma Valley High School. However, I will admit it was a difficult journey leading up to my success, but my parents were my motivation through it all. I am the oldest of 2 younger siblings, both parents constantly working day and night to provide for us and a first-generation student. As a 16-year-old senior, I'm forced to act and perform beyond my years, but it has been a necessity to survive. If I did not become responsible at a young age, I would not be the person I am today. For me, enriching my Spanish has served vital in building a strong relationship with my parents, feeling proud of my heritage, and creating a purpose to serve my community. Every organization, club, and committee joined and applied throughout these 4 years have been to show others the power of a strong Hispanic woman, to engage other young girls like my sister, to become involved and discover hidden talents. I was once ashamed of my background because I thought it was a disadvantage among my peers, but little did I know it was what made me unique, special, and one of a kind. Now it is a dream of mine to finish what my parents started. I hope to attend UCLA or Cal Berkeley and major in social welfare or developmental psychology as long as I work with kids, but my heart will remain content no matter which plan life has set out for me. Thank you all for listening to my stories, and thank you, Mom and Dad, for always being there for me. And also a big thank you to our sponsors for supporting such an amazing program, which encourages students like myself to continue working hard and giving it their all.
Hello, good morning. My name is Esperanza Solis, and I'm the college and career counselor at Paloma Valley High School. And I feel really honored and blessed when I was told that Isabel had chosen me to come here today. But most of all, I am so proud of Isabel, and I'm going to also fight back tears because I do get emotional. I'm very proud of Isabel, and just like Mrs. Tomasian has said, when you see her transcript, it tells a story of a student that is very dedicated and focused, and she cares a lot about her education as well as her parents. But I think beyond that, something that's so important is that Isabel has such a great heart, and she cares so much about the community and our students. And this year, as we started the Pear College Counselor Program, we really started this program because students like Isabel was really a driving force because she cares so much not only about the top performing students, but she cares about the entire student body. And she saw the need for more communication and more support for students. And she came in and she, even this year when we have conversations about why students don't apply to college or why students don't focus on, getting better grades or getting support, she has just been so helpful in making me realize what students need. And so every day we're building programs, and I see Isabel out in the classrooms delivering information to students. Students are already coming in, and just to let you guys know that a lot of students probably have not started their UC applications, but Isabel is pretty much done with her UC application. We're in the review process, and she's doing this because her main focus is to go out and help other students. Her focus right now is to help our first generation college students, students that maybe will not apply to college for several different reasons. And so I am so proud of her, and she's just there helping all of our students if they are going through hard times, if they are feeling depressed or whatever they're going through. She's just reaching out to students and helping them every day. So I really feel blessed to have her in this program, and I'm excited to see what she will do for our other students. And I'm also encouraging her to think about coming back into education in Menifee, possibly as a teacher or hopefully a counselor. We'll see. But I think the main thing is that she has the heart for all of our students, not just the top performing students, but even the students that are maybe the most challenging to work with. So thank you, Isabel, for being part of my life and making me a better counselor as well.
So my mom asked me to speak for her because she's also very emotional as well, like me. So I'll just say it in Spanish. Buenos días a todos ustedes. Mi nombre es Elsa Casas y soy la mamá de Isabel. Hoy es un día especial para mi familia, yo y en España, especialmente para Isabel. Felicidades por saber lo importante que es estudiar en ti en lo personal y nosotros tus padres. Gracias, hija, por entender que todo en la vida cuesta esfuerzo y trabajo. Estás en el mejor momento de tu vida y llegar a este lugar te costó muchas horas de estudio. Felicidades y cuentas con tus padres para que sigas adelante, aunque tengamos que trabajar más tiempo para hacer tus sueños de estudiar realidad. Estamos seguros que tu educación es lo mejor que te podríamos dar en la vida. Te queremos mucho, mamá y papá.
Okay, so this is the English version of what Mrs. Casas has said. Good morning to you all. My name is Elsa Casas, and I am Isabel's mother. Today is a very special day for my family and myself. I wanted to say congratulations to my daughter Isabel for knowing how important school is for your own personal growth and for us, your parents. Thank you for understanding that everything in life costs hard work and effort. You are in an amazing stage in your life, and you have earned this honor from all of your hours of studying in your room and showing the world your kind heart. Always know that you can count on your parents to continue moving forward, even though we will have to continue working. But it is all worth it to make your dreams of going to college a reality. We are certain that your education is the best gift we can give you, and we love you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Next up, we have Mr. Bennett to close out our ceremony this morning. Thank you.
So I'm supposed to follow that. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do that. Some pretty amazing kids that we have here in the Perris High School District, and just an example of the quality of student that we have. I'm going to kind of talk to each student for a second as we go through. Noemi from Perris High, having to move 14 times in 12 years of education is amazing, and then spending time down in Mexico when you did. Now you were an SLD student, and said we have ELD students here, so you were an SLD student, a Spanish language development. So you had a unique perspective on what some of the students coming into our schools are going through. You had a similar experience going down there. I heard a consistent theme amongst all the kids that we talked about today. It's serving others, putting others first. It's such an amazing thing to have young people that are willing to. So many times they're myopic and they're only looking at themselves, and having kids that are really looking out for the other kids. Pretty amazing. Marilyn from CMI, being a math person, that's awesome. Those are the best people around, I think, is the math people. Is that right, Miss Gartell? Miss Gartell? She said she didn't want to speak very much because she's a math person. I'm a math person also, but as you notice, I can babble up here forever. But Marilyn, talking about your leadership and being a 3-sport athlete at a school, that's awesome to be so involved in your campus. And I loved when they talked about having a sense of humor. That's such a great attribute to have for anybody, is to be able to enjoy what you're doing and have that sense of humor. Isabel, number 1 from Heritage High School. It's amazing what you've been able to do in just 2 years here in this country to move into the United States and learn English so well and be able to perform so well on state testing. That's not, we have kids that have been here for 15, 16 years that couldn't score a 3 on that, so it's amazing what you've done in that period of time. And they talk about you being dedicated and a leader on campus and taking new students under your wing. That's a great thing that's going on. Isabel, number 2, not that you're number 2, but you were the second one to speak, so you're Isabel number 2. It's amazing, a 4.3 GPA with all those AP tests, and another student coming to this country, not born here, and learning the language and excelling to what you've done. I liked when you talked about being one of a kind. That's awesome to think about. Someone looks at themselves and can identify that they're special, and we see the special part of you, and you were up here speaking today, so thank you for that. This has been a great morning, a great way to kick off the Student of the Month program for our district and for our schools. I didn't get the names today from the kids from Paloma Valley for the crew, but we have our video crew here from Paloma Valley High School under the leadership of Randy Hughes. Randy, you going to step up? There's Randy. So Randy's crew of students come and they record this, and like I said, they're going to edit it. We have sound crew back there, and they'll be able to get it done, and we'll mail out a DVD to you. But it's also going to be put on local cable TV, so you can tell all your family, I'm going to be on TV, so you can get a chance to look on Channel 3 here in Perris and see the program. Can I get a round of applause for our video crew and the team here? Every month, Sally does a moment with Maxwell. He's a motivational speaker. I'm going to see if I can get this done. I'm going to struggle with the technology, I would imagine. And I'm already struggling with the technology. She emailed it to me, so let me see if I can get it back. I may have to call Joe up. No, I'm just kidding.
John Maxwell here. Welcome to Minute with Maxwell. I'm on lesson number 9 on the relationship principles. At the end of this lesson, I'll repeat all 9 of them, but let me just teach you this one very quickly, and that is people, they follow the leader. We were kids, remember? We'd play follow the leader game. Well, people follow the leader So what do you do about that? Well, be an example. If people follow leadership, then leadership should be worth following. No greater words by a leader could ever be spoken than the words, "Follow me." But if I say for you to follow me, I'm saying that because I'm a model, I'm an example, that you can visually see, that you kind of know the values to have, the principles that you need to embrace, the steps that you need to take to become a more successful person in your own life. There's nothing greater in training, teaching, equipping others than doing it yourself. When I do it well, I can now equip you to do it well. When I live well, I can help you to live well. You cannot give what you do not have. It's a great relationship principle. So let me wrap up this series because there were a lot of lessons here.
So I'm not going to go through he reviews the lessons after that. But you think what an apropos word talking about leadership with these students and getting people to follow them. All these students are leaders on campus, leaders within the community, and we really appreciate what they do. So as we wrap this up, we're going to ask the students, you're going to pick up your bag of goodies and you're going to go out front by the Sizzler sign out front, and we're going to take a picture that we'll put in the newspaper and things like that on the district website. But on behalf of Sally Myers, Sizzler, both Perris and Menifee Chambers of Commerce, I want to say thank you all for being here today, being part of this program. And we look forward to having you back next month. And students, we look forward to your application for Student of the Year. Thank you. Have a great day.